In my last video, I showed how to count out your flowers to break your mandala into 4 sections of 40 flowers each. We have our center peak lined up with this work here. So this is where our corner is going to be. And we have 20 flowers outward each way. We're going to start by working our design. We're going to work half of it. And then we're going to reverse the other half on this side. We're now on round 72. We're getting started on squaring off our mandala. We finished off the last round with round 71, which was the tulip round, and round 70, which is the stem rounds. I will only be working up one of the 4 corners, so I will show you one repeat, and you can repeat the work 3 more times. We're going to get started in round 69, which is this gray round right here, and we're going to do that behind the flowers, so we're going to need to move those forward. This one is the 20th flower from our center peak. And we're going to be starting in those 2 skip stitches that are aligned with that 20th flower. We have a repeat that we need to do a total of 10 times. We're going to work a single crochet in each of those stitches. So there's 1 single crochet and then 2. We're going to chain and skip the next stitch. So that's the little repeat that we need to do a total of 10 times. Work a single crochet in the next 2 stitches. There's 1, 2, chain 1, skip 1. So I've done that twice. Single crochet in the next 2 stitches, chain 1, skip 1. So that was 3. We're working on our 4th repeat. That's 5. Six. 7. 8. 9. And 1 more for 10. Now we're going to work a single crochet in those next 2 stitches. And then we're going to chain 2. 1, 2. We're now going to start working in round 70, and round 70 is that green round, the stems of our flowers. We need to work a single crochet in the next stem, or double crochet here that we're lined up with. So right in here, we're working a single crochet. Now working in that chain 3 space, we're going to work 2 single crochets. So there's 1, 2. Now we need to do that again. Work a single crochet in the next double crochet. Sorry, trying to show you here between these flowers. And then 2 single crochets in the chain 3 space. There's 1, 2. We're going to do that again, but with half double crochets this time. So half double crochet in that double crochet, 2 half double crochet in the chain 3. There's 1, 2. We need to do that again. Half double crochet in the next double crochet. and then 2 half double crochets in that next chain 3 space. 1, 2. Now we're going to do that with double crochets. Work a double crochet in the next double crochet. Work 2 double crochet in the next chain 3. There's 1, 2. We're going to do that again. Double crochet in the next double crochet. And then 2 double crochet in the chain 3 space. There's 1, 2. We're going to do that again now with triple crochets. So yarn over twice, work a triple crochet in the next double crochet, and then work 2 triple crochet in the next chain 3 space. There's 1, 2. We need to do that again. Triple crochet in the next double crochet, 2 triple crochet in the next chain 3 space. There's 1, 2. Now we're going to work a double triple crochet, so yarn over 3 times in the next double crochet, and we have 3 double triple crochets in the next chain 3. There's 1, 2, and 1 more here for 3. Now we're going to work a triple crochet in the next double crochet. You'll also notice we're at our center point, so we need 4 yarn overs for our triple crochet. We're working in that double crochet, our triple crochet. Now we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to zoom in, and we can see we have the last 2 strands of that triple, so right in the center of the V, and this strand right here. We're going to insert our hook and work a slip stitch in there. We've now worked up 1/2 of our corner. We're going to repeat this but in reverse along the next 20 flowers. So we need 3 double triple crochets in the next chain 3 space. So for a double triple crochet you start with 3 yarn overs. There's our first one. There's our, whoops, second one. And we have 1 more for 3. That's our last double triple crochet. We're going to work a double triple crochet in the next double crochet. So right in here, we're working a double triple crochet. Now we have 2 triple crochets, so yarn over twice in the next chain 3 space. So there's 1, 2, we have a triple crochet in the next double crochet, We need to do that again. 2 triple crochets in the next chain 3. There's 1, 2, triple crochet in the next double crochet. We have some terrible recorder music playing in the background outside. Sorry about that. We're working 2 double crochet in the next chain 3 space. There's 1, 2, and then we're working a double crochet in the next double crochet. We need to do that again. Work 2 double crochet in the next chain 3 space. There's 1, 2, and then work a double crochet in the next double crochet. Now we're working half double crochets, working 2 half double crochet in the next chain 3. There's 1, 2 half double crochet in the next double crochet. Work 2 half double crochet in the next chain 3. There's 1, 2 half double crochet in the next double crochet. Work 2 single crochet in the next chain 3 space. There's 1, 2 single crochet in the next double crochet. Work 2 single crochet in the next chain 3 space. There's 1, 2 single crochet in the next double crochet. We're going to chain 2, 1, 2. Now we're going to be working in round 69, so this gray round again, pushing the flowers to the front, and this is the next flower, so we're going to be working in these 2 spaces. And we have a repeat that we need to do 11 times, which is to work a single crochet in those next 2 stitches. There's 1, 2, and then chain. So I've done that once, we need to do it 11 times. Oh, and we need to skip the next stitch. So single crochet in the next 2 stitches, 1, 2, chain 1, skip the next stitch. We've done that twice. I'm just going to work those up. So single crochet in the next 2 stitches, chain 1, skip 1. That's a total of 3. I keep getting this stitch stuck here. There we are. That's 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10, and then one more for 11, and that'll bring you back to where you started. You're lined up with the flower in your stitch marker. This is the start of your next 40 flowers. That's the repeat for round 72. Do that 3 more times, joining with a slip stitch to your beginning single crochet. Getting started on round 73, we joined with a slip stitch in our beginning single crochet here. If you're carrying up the yarn, you can start with a chain, or if you're changing colors, you can start with a standing stitch. Now normally I would start in this single crochet, my first stitch, but I'm going to work a foundation for my corner. so that as it grows, I have something to work with on the edge here. So I'm going to work a double crochet for 2 rows of single crochets. Do not work this stitch. This is simply a foundation for my tutorial. Now, getting started on the repeat for the round that we're going to do a total of 4 times, we need to work a single crochet in the next 9 stitches. So starting in your first single crochet, working a single crochet. Mine's a little loose because it was a standing stitch. Pulling the tail can help to tighten that. So we have 1. We're going to single crochet in the next single crochet, and then single crochet in the chain space. So that's 3, and we need to do it for a total of 9 single crochets. So that's 4, 5, the chain space counts as 1 stitch, that's 6, 7, 8, and then 9. Next we're going to work a half double crochet in the next 9 stitches. So there's 1 half double crochet, 2, working in the chain space as a stitch, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1 more for 9. Now we're going to do 9 double crochets, a double crochet in the next 9 stitches. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. Now we're going to do a triple crochet in the next 5 stitches, so we're yarning over twice. There's 1 triple crochet, that's 2, 3, 4, and 1 more for 5. Oop. That'll bring you to this chain 2 right here, which we are going to skip. So next we're going to be working in this single crochet here, and we're working a double crochet in the next 13 stitches. So there's 1, 2, you'll have to push your tulips down and out of the way, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. We need 3 more double crochets. So I'm going to start counting again from 1, 2, and then 3 for a total of 13. We're going to work a triple crochet in the next 11 stitches. So for a triple crochet we yarn over twice, that's once, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Let me adjust my work here. This one is 9, 10, and then one more for 11. Next we're working a chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to skip those next 4 stitches. The center stitch is aligned with this chain 5. We're going to slip stitch in there, and then we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the second chain from our hook, 1, 2, we're going to work a single crochet and work a single crochet in the last 4 chains. There's 1. I can't see anything here. 2, 3, one more for 4. Now we're going to slip stitch in that chain 5 space, work a chain, slip stitch in the same chain 5 space. We're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the second chain from our hook, we're going to work a single crochet, and working a single crochet in the next 4 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now slip stitch again in that same chain 5, chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We are skipping the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Working in the next one, we're starting with our triple crochets, and we are working a triple crochet in the next 13, sorry, this is 11 stitches. So triple crochet in the next 11. This is 2, that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and one more for 11. We're going to work a double crochet in the next 13 stitches. There's 1. Ooh, can't get that one. There we are. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. That means we need 3 more double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. That brings us to that chain 2 here, which we're going to skip. Now working in each stitch, starting in that single crochet, we're going to work a triple crochet in the next 5 stitches. Yarn over twice for a triple crochet. There's our first one. There's 2. Counting the chain space as a stitch, that's 3. Oop. 4. One more for 5. Now we're working double crochets, and we're going to work 1 in the next 9 stitches, I believe. Yeah. So double crochet, there's 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'll move on the camera here. I lost my 4th one here. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, one more for 9. Now we're working a half double crochet in the next 9 stitches. So there's 1 half double crochet, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1 more. Oops, 7. Got ahead of myself there. 8, and then 9. And we're going to work 10 single crochets to finish off. Sorry, a single crochet in the next 10 stitches. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Now I have an extra repeat here. I wanted to help build a foundation for my corner. So I am just going to work 2 more stitches. Do not include those in your repeat. Your repeat stops in this single, or in the chain space. So that is the repeat. You need to do a total of 4 times, joining with a slip stitch to your beginning single crochet. We're getting started on round 74. We joined the round with a slip stitch in our beginning single crochet. If you're carrying up the yarn, start with a chain and start in the same stitch that you joined in. I've got a foundation stitch here, do not work that. And we're going to get started on the repeat for the round that we need to do a total of 4 times with a little repeat, which is to single crochet in the next 2 single crochets. So there's 1, 2. Now we're going to work a double crochet and the double crochet from round 70. So lift up your flowers. We're currently behind our first flower here with our stitch marker. So in this double crochet right here, we are going to work a double crochet. That's the little repeat. I've done it once. We need to do that a total of 10 times. Now you're going to skip 1 stitch behind where that double crochet was worked. So right in there you'll see that stitch. We're going to skip it, and then we're working a single crochet in the next 2 stitches. There's 1, 2. We're going to skip that single crochet and work a double crochet in the double crochet from round 70. So that's the little repeat. I've done it twice. We need to do it a total of 10 times. Single crochet in the next 2 stitches. Ooh. Double crochet in the next double crochet from round 70. So that's 3. that's 4. Five. There's 6, and you have my dog sound effects in the background. We're working on our next repeat. That was our 7th repeat. There is 8. Oop. 9. And then 10. So we have 3 stitches back here left. We skip this one, which is behind our double crochet. We're going to single crochet in the next one, and then we're going to skip that last stitch. We're going to chain. Now working in the next stitch, we're in this one because we've already skipped that. And you'll notice that they're on the different layers there so that you're lined up in the right spot. Now we're going to work a 2 double crochet cluster V-stitch in this stitch. So for the 2 double crochet cluster, yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2 to make your first cluster, yarn over, insert your hook into that same stitch, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2 to make the second cluster, yarn over and draw through all 3 loops for your double crochet cluster. Now it's a V-stitch, so we're going to chain and work a 2 double crochet cluster in that same stitch. So working 2 clusters for our double crochet cluster. Now we have a repeat 1, 2, 3, 4 times that we need to do, which is to work a chain. We're going to skip the next 2 stitches, and then we're working a double crochet cluster in the V-stitch in the next. So working your 2 double crochet cluster, chain, and then 2 double crochet cluster in the same stitch for your V-stitch, and that's the little repeat. So I've done it once. We need to do it a total of 4 times. Chain, skip the next 2 stitches, cluster V-stitch in the next. So for our clusters, we're working 2 double crochet clusters, chain, and then 2 double crochet cluster in that same stitch. So we've done that repeat twice. I need to do it 2 more times. Skip the next 2 stitches, chain, and then work that V-stitch in the next. Working a 2 double crochet cluster, chain, 2 double crochet cluster in the same stitch. That's 3. We need to do 1 more repeat, chain, skip the next 2 stitches, working in that 3rd, your V-stitch. So 2 double crochet cluster, chain, 2 double crochet cluster in that same stitch for our V-stitch. We're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're skipping the next, let me see here, we're skipping 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. In the next stitch, we're going to work a slip stitch. Now we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the third loop from our hook, we're going to work 2 double crochets, so we need to count back 3 loops in this one. We're working 2 double crochets. There's 1, and then 2. We need to work 2 double crochet in the next chain. There's 1, and then 2. We're going to work a half double crochet in the next chain and a single crochet in the last chain. Slip stitch into that same stitch. We're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slip stitch in the same stitch. Chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the third chain from our hook, 1, 2, 3, we're going to work 2 double crochets. There's 1, and then 2. We're going to work 2 double crochet in the next chain. There's 1, and then 2. Half double crochet in the next chain, and single crochet in the last chain. Slip stitch in that same stitch. So for that section there, you should have 2 little petals and the center chain 5. Now after that, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and then 4. We're skipping the next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and in the next one we're working a 2 double crochet cluster V-stitch. We're working the 2 double crochet clusters. There's 1, 2, yarn over, draw through all 3 for your 2 double crochet cluster, chain, and then work that cluster in the same stitch. We're going to skip the next stitch, and then in those last 2 stitches here we're going to work a triple crochet, so yarn over twice. There's 1, 2. Next we'll be working in round 72, these 4 skip stitches that we have right here. We're going to start by working a triple crochet in the first one, so yarn over a total of 4 times. For our triple crochet. In the next skipped stitch, we're going to work a double triple crochet, which is yarn over 3 times. That's a double triple crochet. For this one we're going to work a triple crochet, which is yarn over twice, and then work a double crochet in the last one. In the chain 5 we're going to work a slip stitch, and then we'll be working in the last round of work in this side of the chain. In the first one we are going to work a single crochet, half double crochet in the next one, double crochet in the next, and then in the next 2 chains work 2 double crochets. There's 1, 2. We've done that once. We need 2 double crochet in the next. There's 1, and then 2. Chain. Now we're technically skipping that last chain and then working along this side of the single crochets. In the first single crochet, work a half double crochet. Work 2 double crochet in the next single crochet. So there's 1, 2. Half double crochet in the next single crochet. Single crochet in the next. And then slip stitch in the last single crochet. Now we have this little chain in here. We're going to slip stitch in that chain. Now we've got it 2, 4, 6. We're going to chain 6. And then in the 4th loop from our hook, so 1, 2, 3, 4 in that one, we're working a single crochet and then work a single crochet in the last 2 chains. There's 1, 2. Now we're going to slip stitch in that chain space again. We're going to be working along this side of the chain. In the first one, work a slip stitch, single crochet in the next chain, and then we're going to half double crochet in the next, work 2 double crochet in the next chain. There's 1, and then 2. Half double crochet in the next chain, chain. Now we're basically skipping that last chain. Now we're working along the single crochets. In the next 2 single crochets, we're going to work 2 double crochets. So there's 1 double crochet and then 2 in the same. In the next single crochet, working 2 double crochets. There's 1 and then 2. We're going to double crochet in the next single crochet, half double crochet in the next, single crochet in the last one, and then work a slip stitch in that chain 5. So in here, working a slip stitch. So we have 2 leaves and a stem in the middle. Now going back to working in round 72, those 4 skipped stitches, we're going to start the first one with a double crochet, and then we're going to work a triple crochet in the next, we're going to work a double triple crochet in the next, so yarn over 3 times, And then in that last skip stitch, we're working a triple crochet, so 4 yarn overs. Now going back to working in our last round of work, we are going to work a triple crochet in the next 2 stitches. So yarn over twice. There's our first triple crochet. And then our next one. We're going to skip the next stitch. In the next, we're working a 2 double crochet cluster V-stitch. Working our 2 double crochet cluster, chain, 2 double crochet cluster in that same stitch. We're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then skip 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3. We're going to slip stitch in the next stitch, chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the third chain from our hook, so 1, 2, 3 in this one, we're working 2 double crochets. There's 1, and then 2. Work 2 double crochet in the next chain. 1 and then 2. Half double crochet in the next chain. Single crochet in the last chain. We're going to slip stitch in that same stitch. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slip stitch in the same stitch. Chain 6. So we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the third chain from our hook, we're working 2 double crochets. There's 1, 2. We're working 2 double crochet in the next chain. There's 1, and then 2. Half double crochet in the next, single crochet in the last chain. We're going to slip stitch in that same stitch. So we have the 2 leaf and the middle stem. We're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Skipping the next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3. Working that double crochet cluster V-stitch in the next. That's a 2 double crochet cluster, so working 2 clusters. There's our first. Making a V-stitch, we need a chain and then cluster in the next stitch. We have that little repeat to do 4 times, which is to chain, skip 2 stitches, V-stitch in the next. We're working those 2 double crochet clusters for our V-stitch. So there's our 2 double crochet cluster, chain, 2 double crochet cluster in the next. I'm getting tongue-tied here. So that's the little repeat. I'll show you again. We're going to work a chain, skip 2, work that double crochet cluster, V-stitch in the next stitch. So working a 2 double crochet cluster, chain, 2 double crochet cluster in the same stitch. So we've done that twice. chain, skip 2, V-stitch. This is our third repeat. And we're going to do that one more time, skipping 2 stitches, working the V-stitch in the next. So that's our 4 repeats. And now we are going to work a chain. We're going to skip the next stitch, work a single crochet in the next. Work a double crochet in the next double crochet. I think that's from round 70. This green round in here. And then, oh, I snagged that one. Now we have a repeat that we need to do a total of 10 times. So we're going to skip 1 stitch, single crochet in the next 2. There's 1, 2, double crochet in the double crochet from round 70. So that's the little repeat. I've done it once. Skip 1, single crochet in the next 2, double crochet in round 70. That was our second repeat. So we're doing that 11 times. That's 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Oop. No yarn over for our single crochets. We've got 8. I think I did that one in the wrong stitch. 9. 10. 'That's the last repeat. It brings us back to where we started. You can repeat that around 3 more times, joining with a slip stitch to your beginning single crochet. Getting started on round 75, I have my foundation stitch to work my corner. Do not work this stitch. If you're carrying up the yarn, start with a chain, and we're going to skip the first single crochet that we joined in. Working in the next, a B stitch. To do that, insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over, insert into that same stitch, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through all 4 loops on your hook. That's your B stitch. Now we have a repeat that we need to do a total of 10 times, which is to chain 2, 1, 2. We're going to skip the next 2 stitches, 1, 2, B stitch in the next. That's the little repeat. I've done it once. Chain 2, skip the next 2 stitches, V-stitch in the 3rd. So I've done that 3 times. I'm going to work that up, chain 2, skip 2, V-stitch in the 3rd. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and our last one for 10. Chain 2. Now we're going to be working in between these V-stitches in the round before that. So this is round 73. We're going to be working in between those V-stitches in 74. So we need to work a small puff in the next space between those stitches. So inserting your hook between the V-stitch, working between the stitches, work a small puff. Now we're going to do a little repeat 4 times, which is to chain 3, and then work a small puff in between that V-stitch in those 2 stitches. That's the little repeat. I've done it once. We need to do it 4 times. Chain 3, small puff in the next V-stitch between the stitches. So I've done that twice. Chain 3, small puff in between those stitches. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, small puff in that next V-stitch in between the 2 stitches. Now we are going to work 2, 4, chain 6, 2, 4, and then 6. Now in this chain space right here, depending on which one you worked, either the chain 5 or the pattern, which was the chain 4 space, working in there, we are working a puff. Well, these are small puffs. Chain, work another small puff in that chain space, chain, and another small puff in that chain space. Chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one more for 6. Now working in between this V-stitch, between those stitches, we're working that small puff. I can't get my hook through. I lost it. Ah! Maybe I can save it. Nope, doesn't want to work. Something snagged. So we're going to rework that. There we are. Now we have a chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had those 2 triple crochets. In the second one, we're going to work a V stitch. So insert your hook into the stitch for our V stitch there. Now we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That brings us to our middle flower here. And in this chain space, we're going to work a puff. So yarn over, insert your hook into that chain space a total of 3 times for a puff. And then we are going to do a little repeat 3 times, which is to chain, puff in that same chain space. So that's the little repeat. I've done it once. We need to do it 3 times. Chain, puff in that same chain space. One more time. Chain, puff in that same chain space. We're going to chain 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now looking at our work, we have those 2 triple crochets before our V stitch here. In the first one, we're working a B stitch. Next, chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In this next V stitch between those stitches, we're going to work, this one is a small puff. Chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Now working in that next flower in the chain space, we're working a small puff. We're going to chain, small puff in that same chain space, chain, and then small puff in that same chain space. Chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're working between those V stitches and between the 2 stitches, a small puff. Oop. And then we have that little repeat that we need to do. I believe it's 4 times. We're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Small puff in that next V stitch between the 2 stitches. So that's the little repeat. I've done it once. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Small puff in that next V stitch. Whoop, drop that one. Chain 3, small puff in that next V stitch between the 2 stitches. And we need to do that one more time. Chain 3, small puff in that next V stitch between the 2 stitches. Chain 2. 1, 2. Now looking at our work, we have this first single crochet right here. In that stitch we're going to work a B stitch. Now we have a repeat that we need to do a total of 10 times, which is to chain 2, skip 2 stitches, B stitch in the next. Oh, someone misses Mama. Just gonna have to wait. So that was once, chain 2, skip 2, V-stitch in the next. So that's 2 repeats. We're going to continue working those up. Chain 2, skip 2, V-stitch in the next. Chain 2, skip 2, V-stitch in the next. Now I have no idea how many repeats I have right now, but we will come to the end of my corner and then we can count them out. We're at our last flower here, so we're on our last repeat. And then we're going to finish off with a chain 2. That's the repeat. I've done it once. You need to do it 3 more times, joining with a slip stitch to your beginning V-stitch. And just to count our repeats, where did we start here? Right here. So this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 repeats. Getting started on round 76, we're going to start by working in round 74. So this green round right here, and we're going to do that by pushing our last round of work, round 75, this blue round, to the front. So we have this skipped single crochet in here before our first V-stitch. In that stitch we're going to work a single crochet, and we are working behind that blue round in the previous round, a single crochet. Now we have a little repeat that we need to do a total of 9 times, which is to chain 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to work a single crochet in that next skipped single crochet. So we're going to skip the double crochet, working in the single crochet, a single crochet. So that's the little repeat. I've done it once. We're going to chain 2, single crochet in that next single crochet. So that's 2, there's 3, whoop, 4, that's 5, working on our 6th one here. And this is 7. Whoop. This is 8. And one more for 9. Oops. There we go, we finally got that one. Now we're going to work a chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we are working a front post single crochet in our next V-stitch. So right here, working around the front post, a single crochet. We have a little repeat to do a total of 3 times, which is to chain 3, 1, 2, and then 3. In the next V-stitch, we're going to work a 4 half double crochet pop, and when we do that, you can also insert your hook into that small puff as well. So working in both layers, 4 half double crochets. There's our first one. That's 2, 3, and then one more for 4. We're making a pop. And that's the little repeat. I've done it once. We need to do it 3 times, chain 3, and then work a 4 half double crochet pop in the next V-stitch, also working in the small puff, 4 half double crochets. Ooh. Making our pop. That's our second repeat. We're going to chain 3, working a 4 half double crochet pop in the next V-stitch, working in the small puff as well, 4 half double crochet pop. That's the third repeat. Now we have a little repeat to do twice, which is to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and this time we're going to work a 4 double crochet pop in the next V-stitch, also working in that small puff, and this time it is 4 double crochets. So that's our first one. That's 2, 3, and then one more for 4, making your pop. That's the little repeat. We need to do it one more time. Chain 3, and then work the 4 double crochet pop in the next V-stitch, also working in that small puff. 4 double crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Making our pop. Now we're going to work a chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now working in these chain spaces, actually these are in the puff stitches. So these are small puffs, and we are working 4 half double crochet pops. So we're working a 4 half double crochet pop. So 4 half double crochets in that small puff. There's 1, 2, 3, one more for 4, making our little pop. Chain 1, work 4 half double crochet pop in the next small puff. So 4 half double crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, one more for 4. We're making our pop, chain, and then we're going to work a 4 half double crochet pop in that next small puff. So there's 1, 2 half double crochet, 3, one more for 4, and then making our pop. Now we're going to chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Now working in our next V-stitch here, we're going to work a 5 double crochet pop, inserting your hook into the V-stitch and also working in that small puff. Ooh, that one was tricky to get in there. So we're working double crochet. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one more for 5, making our pop. Now we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next, working in our center flower, we're working in the puff to start, and we're going to work a 3 extended double crochet cluster. So to do that, start with a yarn over, insert your hook into the puff, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, chain. So that's an extended double crochet cluster. We've made 1, we need to do 3. Yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, chain. So that's our second extended cluster. Working on our third, yarn over, insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2, chain. Yarn over and draw through all 4 loops on your hook. And that is our extended double crochet cluster. Now we have a little repeat that we need to do a total of 3 times. We need to chain, work the 3 extended double crochet cluster in the next chain space, so yarn over, insert your hook and make your first cluster, and then chain, make a second cluster, chain, make a third cluster, and then chain. Yarn over, draw through all 4, chain, and then work that 3 extended double crochet cluster in your next puff. So working a cluster and then chain. We've done once, we need to do that 3 times. That's twice. Yarn over, draw through all 4, and that is the little repeat. I've done it once. We need to do that 2 more times. So we're going to chain, work an extended double crochet cluster in the next chain space. That's a 3 extended double crochet cluster. Chain, work that 3 extended double crochet cluster in the next puff. So that's the second repeat. We need to do that 1 more time. Chain, work the 3 extended double crochet cluster in the next chain space. Chain, and then work an extended 3 double crochet cluster in the next puff. Oops. I don't know, that one doesn't want to work for me. There we are. Chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Working in the next V-stitch and small puff. We're going to work that 5 double crochet pop. So we're in the V-stitch, working in that small puff, 5 double crochets. So that's 2, 3, 4, and then one more for 5, making our pop. Now we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Working in our next flower here. In the small puff, we are working a 4 half double crochet pop. So working 4 half double crochets, there's 1, 2, 3, and then one more for 4, making our pop. Chain. My puppy misses me. Work 4 half double crochet pop in the next small puff. There's 1 half double crochet, 2, 3, and then 4. Make your pop, chain, and then work a 4 half double crochet pop in the next small puff. That's 3. One more for 4, and then making our pop. Now we're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have a little repeat to do twice. We're working a 4 double crochet pop in the next V-stitch, working in that small puff as well. If I can get in there. So we're working 4 double crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, and then one more for 4, making your pop, and then chain 3. 1, 2, 3. So we've done that once, we need to do it again. Work a 4 double crochet pop in the next V-stitch and small puff. So 4 double crochets, there's 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Making our pop, and then chain 3. Now we have a little repeat to do 3 times, which is to work 4 half double crochet pop in the next V-stitch. Also working in that small puff, 4 half double crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then one more for 4, making our pop. Can't see that one there. There it is. And then chain 3. 1, 2, 3. So that's the little repeat. I've done it once. We need to do it 3 times. Working a 4 half double crochet pop in the next 2 layers. So 4 half double crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Make your pop. Chain 3. And then work your last repeat, your 4 half double crochet pop in the next V-stitch and small puff. So 4 half double crochets. That's 4. Make your pop. And then chain 3. We're going to work a front post single crochet in our next V-stitch, so working around the front post, a single crochet. We're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. We have a little repeat that we need to do a total of 10 times. Getting started on that, we're going to work a single crochet in the next single crochet, and that was skipping that double crochet there, and then chain 2. So I've done that once. Single crochet in the next single crochet, and then chain 2. I've done that twice, so we're just going to finish working those up. That's 3. That's 4. 5. That's 6. 7. 8. 9. And then, my work from the last round's come undone. I'll have to fix that. We need to do one more repeat, which would be to single crochet, chain 2, and that completes this round. The repeat for the round, you can do that 3 more times, joining with a slip stitch to your beginning single crochet. That brings us to the end of this section. For more crochet patterns, tutorials, and yarn shop, please visit my blog, dearestdebbie.com.